Greetings, I'm Jess, as broadcast. Brought to you by the millionth dimension. Okay, this is Alien Disclosure, 10D, Earth, psych, it's gonna be different. Psychedelic realm, backwards reality, wherever that's going to be. See where that goes. So, we're going to connect to the universe. Going to kind of leave it open to, and 10D Earth to tap into that. And psychedelic realms, basically, that's in the higher dimensions, obviously. But it's going to be more focused on alien disclosure, kind of opening it up a little bit of weirdness. So, yeah. So, psychedelic within yourself. So, expect more. We're going to do more stuff like this, doing more alien disclosure. I'm going to continue with that throughout the rest of the week because of what's going on with the Pentagon and whatever they're doing over there. So, whatever you want to call that, disclosure or doesn't really matter. Okay, as I'm tired of comment private sessions. We have a shop here. I'm still on wherever I was on yesterday. I haven't got to anything today. I had a webinar tonight, so I was kind of worn out. So it was the same situation here. The webinar sign up. We had one today. It was a 2-hour one. We have what is this called? This is called social network, private, behind the scenes, and dating site. I think I'm on the. I don't remember anymore. It's best I don't remember where I'm at. So anyway, I'm where I was yesterday. If anybody cares. Okay. Yeah, this isn't the Archon stuff. Well, this is kind of where this goes. So yeah, we'll do an alien astronaut. Was feeling that recently, and the universe. So do a 10th dimension first, and then go psychedelic route to kind of just all the bizarreness we can get our hands on. So okay, all right, blessings. Here we go. Weirdness begins. Energies. Greetings to you. We are the 10th dimensional Earth. Oh, you can say it's psychedelic reality is we're a little bit more aware of our existence than you are. Even in the third dimension, basically third dimension is seen as almost like ant people. You're like ant civilization. As some of you might feel like, not like your Aunt Nancy, but the insect ant society. It does feel like that, doesn't it? In some ways, there is an insectoid presence here to normalize humanity on this planet. You're here to unlock much of your Arcturian selves and Anunnaki allows the Arcturian body to allow you to go more into an astral realm. As some of you have done the psychedelics in your past, you know the realms are kind of a dream type realities that the higher dimensions are connected to. And not just that you're going to connect to deeply into that just yet, but you're going to more of a psychedelic realm even now. So alien disclosures, many of you, yes, your third eyes, or you have not had it already, but the third eye will start to begin to open throughout this year. Obviously, it's not going to be everyone, but those that wish to break it all down. Now, not everyone's meant to do this. And some of you still have a lot of difficulties still healing within yourself. Some just want all these things but do nothing to get it. So some are not ready to work on themselves. Basically doing their own releasing. Now, some do it to a certain extent, but there's if you're having trouble opening up a third eye, not to worry, you're not really missing out on anything. I mean, so you work together, so it doesn't. Many of you are actually here as grounders or grounding to the earth, and allowing others to see all this bizarreness. Not everybody's. It's not as it's helpful, but it isn't always. I mean, do you want to see dragging people around you all the time and seeing people's eyes flip out on you and things like that? Do you absolutely? Does everybody need to see that? Some beings are designed for that. But many of you have had incarnations here for such a long time. Yes, you're grounded into the Earth's vibration. So your alien energies, of course, a lot of your governments are hiding a lot. And, human obsession. Also, humanity is obsessed with itself, third dimensional realities. So basically, it's how disclosure really works is opening up the self. As obviously many just rather ship land in your White House lawn, which is humorous. But it's basically you're unlocking all the human phobias, all these, all the programming is basically what's happening here. So yes, how to heal oneself is just basically taking all third dimensional programming and throwing it out. Now, of course, you want to keep things that you need for survival purposes. But it's basically taking all the bad wiring and just flushing it all out. That's pretty much what you're doing at this point. Some of you have already did that before you even incarnated, and that's why it's been so difficult for you to be here because you're so different in this environment. So yeah, connecting to the fourth dimension isn't what it's cracked up to be because there's a better place out there, and you're connecting to that. You're bringing it here. It's just that you're here, and obviously that's the most difficult part of this third dimension. You're part of a reality that is slowly evolving, almost laughing at the higher dimensions. Look at us. We're not going anywhere. They almost mock at other higher dimensions as how brave they are to going backwards, or this world going backwards. As you can probably feel some of that. There's a lot of mockery going on here. You might not believe that, but the further you look into it, this world truly mocks other planets. Not everybody, but quite a few do. Well, as you know, if you tell people about your alien expressions and your connections, don't you get laughed at? Don't you get downplayed? There you go. It's like a harmonic laugh across the universe. And many that say they're here to open new doors aren't always here to do that. So many of you are here to truly unlock the planet, and that is just through psychedelic realms, or that's within yourself. You don't have to go out and jump on a bunch of drugs. You're just unlocking it within your own reality. Many are already doing so. More will come to terms with that. Not everybody's designed for that either, but you wonder how the alien vibrations open. It's that. It's basically you have a bunch of alien beings walking around in a psychedelic zone. Basically, that's technically a version. I mean, if you have beings opening up dimensions and all that, what is that exactly? It's not like opening up a door to Kmart or Starbucks or whatever it is. That's opening an actual dimension to somewhere else. Isn't that kind of psychedelic? So yes, looking at the world in a different frame of mind will bring you closer to alien disclosure, basically with yourself. Like I said, we're not exactly holding everyone to just go out and buy a bunch of drugs. No. Because that only lasts so long. You become the drug, basically. And it's harmless overall. And you're just removing blockages within the earth. And that's when all these beings start to make themselves known. Your third eye begins to I mean, do you need to see giants walking around all day long? Is that helping you in your life? That's why the third eye isn't always necessarily have to be open. But in due time, that will occur. Well, you still have to, live in this realm. As for the 10th dimension, yes, we're the 10th dimension, one point of view. So, yes, you can get coffee in the 10th dimension. Maybe not exactly like yours, but you can look at your coffee and see like someone's looking back at you. And your coffee isn't really your coffee. It's like some psychedelic, whatever it is, juice or whatever it is. It went from coffee to something else. You can almost see another reality in your own coffee. Obviously, you're not having conversations here like that at the moment. Or maybe some of you are. Yeah, it's how you shift that. It's like taking old clothes and throwing them out. This whole reality has to be, I wouldn't call it thrown out, but in some ways, yes. Well, it's old fashioned. Like I said, some might disagree with this, and that's fine. But this reality does mock other realities. It thinks it's better at times. Now, there are other alien civilizations looking at this world the same way, in some ways, yes. So there's a little bit of that going on. But overall, it's humanity coming to terms with itself. Well, this world has a lot of growing up to do, and the universe has a lot of growing up to do itself. Speaking of the universe vibrations, will bring that vibration in. Greetings, we are the universe, consciousness. Yeah, there are many humans here that are, what is the good word for it? Not believing in certain things or not trusting. Well, there's still like, that means the human has not really unlocked themselves to their own potential. They're relying on other people's information instead of their own. And there's nothing wrong with getting information for others, but the person is still wandering, looking around, closed off to multiple realities. The idea is for multi-dimension for that to truly work is actually connecting to your moon and locking your moon. Your moon plays a big role in locking your planet. As you might see your moon turn to a purple paradise. Or a blue paradise, but purple paradise. Yeah, it's like a dance fever type of thing. Right now, it's kind of gothic. Yeah, because it plays a role in keeping your world shut down. But humanity always has the chance and ability to unlock it. Now, yes, there's timelines that you have to wait on for this to fully occur, but you're in that time frame. You can say you're part of the 2012 energy. You can say you're going a portion of that. There's more portions to unlock as you're going more into 5D realities. You're going into 60, 70 realities here. Many of you are at 12, 9. I mean, the more harder it is for some of you to be here, the more higher dimensions you actually are at. You'd be surprised. Now, don't get ego. Now, people might get ego with that, and that's very third dimensional. But then again, also the higher dimensions have a lot of ego too. Yeah, it doesn't mean if you're in the higher dimensions, you still have problems. They're just different types of problems. So the way a universe would look at worlds, yes, those are beings. Those are people. Of course, the souls that are incarnate on those planets is part of a certain experience, a certain agenda, you can say, a certain type of growth. Your planet, yes, has a little piece of everybody, and to some degree, not every planet. You can't fit every planet here. I believe they've tried to a certain degree. You do have a lot of Jupiter's energy, of even fulfilling a lot of Jupiter's faults. A lot of this, once again, higher dimensional worlds have a lot of difficulties. You'd be surprised how a planet like Jupiter has a problem with self-love. I mean, it is a gas planet. Of course, it doesn't mean gas planets are difficult to connect with, but sometimes they are. I mean, they can have a lot of darkness within themselves. So humanity is going through, yes, the ancient gods. Some are Babylonian gods, as you have known. Also, Indian gods are dealing with. Some of the Indian gods are helpful to a degree, but also had a lot of part in shutting humanity down. Basically, humanity, a portion of humanity, just got scared of itself in its past. It was higher dimensional self. When it learned of its darker self, it decided to experience that instead of the higher realms. It had a choice, and you can say this world was a fourth dimensional Earth before it was a third dimensional Earth, but however you want to look at that, doesn't really matter. So half the world shut itself down deliberately, and some might say that other alien beings are involved to some degree, but it was basically the humans. Well, some humans here are a little bit scared of their own power. Yeah, they just diced themselves with lower vibrations. And you can call it a manipulation all you want, but many it was like a mirror effect. They saw themselves here. They saw what they can do with themselves. And yes, many get stuck here. And you're here to reverse a lot of that. Now, many of you have been doing this for thousands of years, reversing the effect. Because the world is like an abyss. I can't say it. Basically, to devour itself. It's been doing that throughout time, trying to destroy itself. Well, how do we know that? Look at the wars of your. And basically, it's just basically eradicating the human race, wiping it out. And a lot of alien beings are trying to understand why are you trying to destroy yourselves? Why are you so obsessed with that? So it's holding on to lower vibrations in some regard. The humanity, not everyone here, but the human consciousness is a little bit afraid of itself. Not everybody. Many of you just don't give a shit anymore. Well, humanity is part of it is afraid of higher dimensional knowledge. As some of you have noticed, you don't talk about aliens in front of everyone, can you? You don't see it on the evening news. They're laughing about it because they're absolutely terrified of it. So you're here to change that taboo. There's nothing to be afraid of, but that's what many of you are understanding this knowledge and how to share it, and eventually you'll find your platforms to share your knowledge with others. Because right now, humanity is terrified. They can go all the conferences they want. Many are still scared of it. It's like, yeah, that's fine, that's great. Some go to these conferences to shut down the vibrations instead of upgrading it. So you're going to see a change there eventually. So it's still in its early stages of changing the vibration, because basically as humanity shifts its vibration, the whole earth changes in energy field. Basically the world looks differently. The sky has a different color, the water has a different color. It's not the darkness as it used to have. That's what you're doing right now. Yeah, you're here to end the chaos. Of course, there's universal chaos with the universe, especially a planet that's having trouble loving itself. A planet that has this. Even planets have like areas on it. It's going to sound funny where it can't scratch itself. So some of you are going to go into those worlds to give it a back rub. I know it sounds a little bit strange, but welcome to the universe. Yeah, some planets are looking for, I wouldn't call it financial advice, but some are. It's like, should I play around with this monetary thing? Nah, better not. Society can control it of it. But some want to play with it just to have something to play with. I mean, look at paper money as kind of a joke. Even the digital money is kind of a joke too. It's like, wow, people are really obsessed over this stuff. What's wrong with you people? I mean, how backwards is your plan? And that can be healed, of course, too. For the money system to be healed here, humanity really has to take itself more seriously. It's holding back a lot, not all of it, but quite a bit of it. So you're going to see a jump start in consciousness. So humanity, yes, we keep you afraid of that the markets are going to crash and all that. That's all just timelines trying to be created, basically. So yes, to heal the monetary system is a possibility. Yes, it's just so many. You're going to digital currencies. That doesn't really matter. It's still the same thing. It's like you go from one black hole to another. Go from paper money to a digital currency, no difference there. So that's choosing some fate of some people too. Like what reality? I mean, if that's what you need for your reality, that's fine. But some of you are going to a spirituality when you're turning all that down, and just you want to be a part of a society that's free and that can be reachable. Not easy, but reachable. You just got to set tone within yourself, and you'll find it easier to attract money also if you need that for whatever you're here to build. A lot of money is just here for building for the most part. Obviously for taking care of yourself. But society eventually is going to break down where humans are going to have to start getting along with each other. And some people will live with each other and all that. There's nothing wrong with it. That doesn't mean it's going to be an economic collapse. It's more humans will be able to tolerate each other. Right now they can't due to the system that's been built here. I mean, there will be a time on this planet when humans actually want to live with one another. Right now, that's not the case. Not really. Is it really the case now? Not really. Would you actually invite all your neighbors over to where you live and have everybody lives together? No. But there will be a time when you'll be okay with that. Okay, sometimes it's too much of a good thing, but I think you understand that. The divide among humanity has to be healed. That takes a lot. It takes a lot of trust. Trust is very difficult to reach on. That's as you know. It's trusting one another. It's so hard to reach that, but you're working towards that. Yes, where you can all get along. You don't need the monetary system anymore because you will hit delete on that eventually. Yeah. So once again, while the money system is still here, it's just allowing others to rule your planet. So that's going to be broken down in some regard. It's not going to happen quickly. Something like this does not happen fast. When you have a society, mostly it's adolescent, that does not believe in spirit worlds, psychedelic worlds, dimensions, it's just totally lost and shut down. It's almost like a cattle mentality. Unfortunately, like a herd mentality. It's truly like that. And that was the goal here. It's been done. I mean, yes, there are aliens that look at your planet as cattle. Not everybody, but they see many as cattle because you act like it. Not everybody, once again. So this is why your world's not your planet's not taking itself seriously. It's just so busy complaining about governments and the wealthy people. I mean, yeah, the government's a problem, yes, but society has to change. And it will. So as you do healing within yourself, not easy, is it? Now, some of you are seeing this perfect society, perfect world. You're bringing that here. Obviously, it's not perfect, but it's without the systems. Yeah, how do you visual? What is your world that you visualize? Is it? I mean, this is a part of manifesting. Also, you're manifesting a better life for yourself, better life for your fellow humans. Also, some humans are just so used to being in a cage. Taking them out of that's going to be impossible. So they need the job, they need the prison system, and that's going to be around for a while. Obviously, none of this is going to fix itself anytime soon. But as a universe vibration on your planet, yes, this world has a lot of growing up to do. As you can look in the mirror and see all your dimensional selves at a constant. You'd be surprised how many people channel their bird self because so many here want to fly because it shifts the vibrations. So yeah, why own a bird? Like have a bird in your home when you are the bird itself. Many of you do come from bird realities. Of course, many do come from insect realities too. Insect beings are, yes, kind of like the mad scientists of your universe. So they got DNA from other universes, creating all these creature beings. They themselves are creatures. They're experimentation. That some of you will find, people are having problems with their own lives here. You haven't seen what the universe has been doing. I mean, when you have a creature being with two-headed monster being created out of a laboratory, and humans are worried about their taxes and stuff like that. It's like sometimes maybe worrying about your taxes is probably the best thing that ever happened to you compared to when you see that thing. And there's so much out there the world is missing out on right now. I mean, fiction's giving you an idea of it. And obviously, people look at that fiction. I'm glad I'm not living that. But you are bringing that reality here to unlock your planet. The truths are coming. The truths are coming here. You can't deny them anymore. You'll find a way. Because many of you are allowing it, which is necessary for your growth. Blessings to you all. Greetings to you. I am Kildare. Kildar, whatever. An Arcturian being. Yes, worlds that are, yes, backwards universes. Yes, even a psychedelic realm. A backwards, your world is technically a primitive planet because it's discovering more about itself, obsessed with, yes, negativity, as you can see. Yes, there are beings here that are causing much of the programming. Some of it is Anunnaki, not all of it. Well, and now, yes, you're going to become more aware of the Anunnaki beings that are playing society, yes, as animals in some regard. I mean, humanity here is also trying to see, it's like, how animalistic can humans be here? I believe you accomplished a lot of that already. So, but there is a large Anunnaki presence here. And not to say that they're doing all of the manipulations here, but it's humanity that's doing most of it. And that's going to be one of the bigger reveals. Just humanity is like its worst enemy. It's here to unlock, yes, its obsessions with self-destruction. And sometimes humanity is kind of angry at itself for being as dark as it's been. So you're going into, yes, a new age. I wouldn't call it a golden. Well, you're kind of in a golden age of despair. Of, yes, looking for something to be angry about. You're healing those, and some of the parasitic beings that are here, yes, the Archon beings, are, that's their program to do this because humans are asking for it. It's part of their lessons. It's like, do you think much of yourself? No. Okay, we're going to program you. So a lot of your news networks have a lot of parasitic energies around them, and yes, are sent off to continue this hive mind mentality. As more of it, yes, you might see a giant spider on a building one day. Well, mostly in your third eye, but you'll see it. Or covered in mud, for that matter. Especially your banks are usually covered with lower vibrational beings, parasitic beings. So yes, and once you see more of that, you'll say, who needs financial advice anymore? Who needs any of that? Well, because the third eye of your planet will eventually open itself up. When you'll see everything will become more clear. So there's just a lot of sacrifice. Some of you are doing sacrifices here of, you want to unlock, maybe you're here to unlock this planet, and it's not easy, as you can see. Because most of society looks the other way. It does not want to heal. It wants to call this normal. Yes, a bankrupt society. It wants to call that normal, but you are shifting that vibration. Even those that feel like it's bankrupt. Well, many humans here are told there's no hope here. And you are changing that currently. So yes, this is a backwards society, of course. Well, it's done on purpose. Well, first off, can you accomplish it? And once again, how animalistic can you get? I believe you're ready to go the opposite direction. At least that's our observation. Blessings. There's one more energy here. Blessings. Greetings to you. I am from Nibiru. I am Anunnaki. I am, yes, a galactic astronaut, as you would call it. Anunnaki, yes, is of course a presence on your planet. For us to make ourselves known here is a possibility of seeing us through your third eye. Of course, a lot of our energies are in Iraq, because Iraq played a big role in controlling or programming your planet at one time, and still is. So where you see hostility is where a lot of the change is being done. Basically, the Earth shifts, but alien vibrations can assist with that too. Well, we are allowed to. We're not always allowed to interfere, but when the Earth allows us to bring our energies closer, because aliens get called here to assist with your transformation. Now, aliens are always being called here. It just some make it look fancy, but it's like alien beings can be doing something on their planet, minding their own business, and all of a sudden they're on Earth. But how did I get here? So, but that was a contract that they signed, and now talk about that deployment. So yes, the alien vibrations are assisting you as you transform your Earth into more of a higher vibrational entity. Of course, there's a lot to unlock, a lot of ugly things to unlock. Yes, humanity is true. Humanity does not want to know what's truly here. It doesn't have to be on an alien level, just certain truths. Your Epstein is a version of that. There's much more to it. Yeah, you have your human trafficking energy. That will unlock eventually. There's actually more things that are, I know it sounds boring. Things are actually worse here. That even the news even talks about, nobody says anything about. And your news organizations are kind of archon creations, kind of like giving the middle finger to humanity. Like we're making money off of death and destruction. Do you have a problem with that? No, I'm making a great. A lot of them are anarchists. A lot of news journalists are anarchists, unfortunately. Maybe not all, but quite a few are. Yeah, they're just here to destroy a planet. Propagandists that destroy Earth. Is it doing much positive? I mean, positive news doesn't really sell well, does it? Positive news would really help your energies by Earth. Yeah, positive news would truly unlock you from a lot of these problems. So those that are causing the problems here eventually will be exposed deeply. You probably have heard this before, but we see a lot of unlocking coming soon throughout this year. We can't go into details, but just little things, nothing too significant. You will know. Yes, humanity can only handle so much. But yeah, as long as just a little bit of truth they can handle, a little bit, with like a 2 week vacation between reveals. Now, if humanity is already knowing that there's corruption there, it can slowly be revealed. But there's not. Obviously, our government is completely, of course. I mean, it's practically alien. It's human and alien energies mixed in with many agendas to keep your world shut down. Imagine one of your government agencies finally being revealed in due time. You have to give it time for that. There's a lot of deep wounds there. It's once again, as humanity want to know what they're really doing. They are to a certain degree, but it gets called a conspiracy theory and shelved. Well, some of you are going to unshelve a lot of that and bring some things to open. Like I say, it's little by little. Yes, humanity can only handle so much. It's self-obsessed with misery. We can only handle it handles its own misery pretty well, but truth and misery don't usually sit around too well together. So, of course, humans are being told to take care of, try to make a living and all that. But That's true, but some use it as an excuse why they don't need to know anything. So wait, I have to do this job and all that. I don't need to know anything about this planet. I'll just stay a slave. You can unslave your planet slowly. Well, people are going to start realizing the bars here. The bars that are invisible, those are going to start showing themselves. The deep roots within your Earth's DNA. Because when those bars are cleared out, the prison energies are released. You'll be going to other planets like it's nothing. Like it's no big deal. It's like getting in your car and going to the store. You go to another planet, like it's just who cares? Why was that ever a problem?